Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, was assassinated by well-known stage actor John Wilkes Booth on April 14, 1865, while attending the play Our American Cousin at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C. One shot in the head as he watched the play. 2. Lincoln died the following day at 7:22 a.m. in the Petersen House opposite the theater. 3. He was the first American president to be assassinated. 4. His funeral and burial marked an extended period of national mourning. Occurring near the end of the American Civil War, the assassination was part of a larger conspiracy intended by Booth to revive the Confederate cause by eliminating the 3 most important officials of the United States government. Conspirators Lewis Powell and David Herold were assigned to kill Secretary of State William H. Seward, and George Atzerodt was tasked with killing Vice President Andrew Johnson. Beyond Lincoln's death, the plot failed. Seward was only wounded and Johnson's would-be attacker lost his nerve. After a dramatic initial escape, Booth was killed at the climax of a lengthy manhunt, and several other conspirators were later hanged. Background: abandoned plan to kidnap Lincoln. John Wilkes Booth, born in Maryland into a family of prominent stage actors, had by the time of the assassination become a famous actor and national celebrity in his own right. He was also an outspoken Confederate sympathizer. In late 1860 he was initiated in the pro-Confederate Knights of the Golden Circle in Baltimore. 567. In March 1864, Ulysses S. Grant, commander of the Union armies, suspended the exchange of prisoners of war with the Confederate Army 6 to increase pressure on the manpower starved South. Booth conceived a plan to kidnap Lincoln in order to blackmail the North into resuming prisoner exchanges. 7-134 and recruited Samuel Arnold, George Atzerodt, David Herold, Michael O'Flynn, Lewis Powell, also known as Lewis Payne, and John Seward to help him. Seward's mother, Mary Seward, left her tavern in Surrattsville, Maryland and moved to a house in Washington, D.C., where Booth became a frequent visitor. While Booth and Lincoln were not personally acquainted, Lincoln had seen Booth at Ford's in 1863. 8-499-10 After the assassination, actor Frank Mordaunt wrote that Lincoln admired Booth, whom Lincoln had repeatedly invited without success to visit the White House. 11-325-326 Booth attended Lincoln's second inauguration on March 4, writing in his diary afterwards, "What an excellent chance I had, if I wished, to kill the president on Inauguration Day." 7-174,437 and 41. On March 17, Booth and the other conspirators planned to abduct Lincoln as he returned from a play at Campbell Military Hospital. But Lincoln did not go to the play, instead attending a ceremony at the National Hotel. 7-185 Booth was living at the National Hotel at the time and, had he not gone to the hospital for the abortive kidnap attempt, might have been able to attack Lincoln at the hotel. 7-185-6439 and 1712-25. Meanwhile, the Confederacy was collapsing. On April 3, Richmond, Virginia, the Confederate capital, fell to the Union Army. On April 9, the General-in-Chief of the Confederate States Army Robert E. Lee and his Army of Northern Virginia surrendered to the commanding general of the United States Army Ulysses S. Grant and his Army of the Potomac after the Battle of Appomattox Courthouse. Confederate President Jefferson Davis and other Confederate officials had fled. But Booth continued to believe in the Confederate cause and sought a way to salvage it.